Good morning, student. In our last video, we are discussing about training. Training, it is a process of preparing an individual for any event or a program. Sports training means preparing a sports person so that his performance can be improved. Training, it is a long-term process in which we give them training in a systematic and scientific way. In training, we give them practicals as well as theoretical knowledge so that their performance can be improved. Training, it is always pre-planned. We plan in advance and give them the training according to that planning. We give planning in a systematic way. According to Matthew, sports training means preparing a sports person. Sports training is divided into three parts: preparative period, competition period, and transactional period. In this training period, first thing is training period. It is divided into three parts: preparative period, competition period, and transactional period. Transactional period means relaxation period. And training period, in training period, we make a training session like morning session, evening session, etc. And in training session, we make a training schedule so that we can give them training according to that schedule. Okay, first thing, training, it is a long-term process in which we give them practical as well as theoretical knowledge. Training, it is given in a systematic and scientific way by which their performance can be improved. Training methods. In training methods, it consists training session. It consists preparative period, competition period, and relaxation period. In training period, we make a training session. In training session, we make a training schedule so that we can give them training according to that schedule. Let's discuss this three period. First, preparative period. In preparative period, we make the player ready for the competitions. Preparative period means preparing the player for the competitions. We make them physically fit and improve their skill for the competition. In preparative period, it is divided into three phases. In first phase, we develop the basic skill, and in second phase, we develop advanced skill, and in third phase, we teach them to make the tactics and strategy so that they can use them in the tournament. This is preparative period. Okay, preparative period means preparing a player for the competitions. In preparative period, we make them physically fit. We develop their physical fitness and skill. Preparative period, it is divided into three phases. In first phase, the players develop the general ability, like we develop the strength and endurance of a player, and we develop the basic skill. And first phase, it is of 4 to 6 months. In second phase, we develop the specific physical fitness, that is speed, flexibility, and coordinative ability of a player. And also we develop the advanced skill and technique. It is of 2 months. Skill means the basic movement of that game, and tactic means combination of skill. How to combinations of skill. Next is competition, phase 3. In phase 3, we develop the tactics and strategy, and try to achieve perfection, every perfection for the competitions. We tease them to make the tactics and strategy and also make them perfect for the competition. Second is competition period. In competition period, we make the player ready for the competition, but before participating in the competition, the player participate in some practice matches in which their mistakes are corrected, and after the practice match he participate in the actual match where we motivate and provide them feedback so that his performance can be improved. Third is transactional period. Transaction period, or we can say off-seasonal period. It is a relaxation period after the competitions. In this period, the players get recovery from the stress and tension of the player, and we make the player ready for the next competition. We can make them relax through participating in some recreational activity or similar type of activity. Okay, in transaction period, this transaction period is relaxation period. In relaxation period, we make the players full recovery from the competition stress and tension and make them ready for the next competition. These are the three periods of the training. First is training. It is a long-term process in which we make the player, we make the training. It is a long-term process to improve the performance. Training, we give them training in a systematic and scientific way. In training, we give them practical and theoretical knowledge. Training is divided into three parts: preparative period, competition period, and transactional period. In preparative period, we make the player ready for the competition. We prepare the player. We develop the physical fitness of the player. Preparative period, it is divided into three phases. In first phase, we develop the basic skill, and in second phase we develop advanced skill, and in third phase we develop the tactics and strategy and make them perfect. Second is competition period. In competition period, the player participate in competition, but before participating in competition, he participate in some practice match, and in which their mistakes are corrected, and then he participate in the actual match. And last, transactional period. In transactional period, it is a relaxation period in which the player get full recovery from the competition stress and tension and make the player ready for the next competition. Training period. In training period, we make the training session. In training session, we make the training schedule, and according to that schedule, we give them training. Some principle of training, some principle of sports training. Principle of sports training means guideline. Some guidelines which we should follow during the sports training. That is principle of continuity and regularity. The training should be on a continuous base. There should be no break. If we take a long break in between the training, our performance cannot be improved. Therefore, the training should be regularly. Principle of proper overloading. We should follow the principle of proper overloading. We should increase the load only after the adoption of the previous load. Principle of specific and scientific training. Every game, we cannot give same training for every game. Every game requires different training program. So the training should be according to the requirement of the game. Principle of individual different. training program should be according to the requirement of the individual, according to the individual difference like age, sex, height, heredity, environment. Like male required different training methods, female require different, children require different, old is different. Therefore, the we should make the different training. We should use the different training methods according to the individual difference. Principle of rest and recovery. The training program should follow the principle of rest and recovery. There should be proper rest and recovery during the training program, but the things to be kept in mind is that the recovery period should not be very long. If we take a long break, then our performance cannot be improved. Proper warming up and limbering down. Limbering down means cooling down. Before participating in competition, we should perform warming up. Warming up helps to reduce the injury, and after the competitions, after the training program, we should perform the cooling down exercise so that our body temperatures come back to its normal level. Principle of progression. Our training program should start with easy activity in the beginning and harder activity later. That is, from simple to complex. In starting, our exercise should be always simple. Safety and prevention. During the training, we should follow the principle of safety and prevention. Psychological feedback. During the training program, we should motivate the player so that it's help by motivating the player, it energizes him. Okay, during the training we should psychological feedback like motivating them, which make them energetic and improve their performance. Medical checkup. Before participating in training or competitions, have a proper medical checkup. If you are fit, then only participate. Only doctor consultations should be taken if there is any injury or illness. Total body involvement. Our training program should be in such a way that our total body should be involved. Adaptations and tolerate. Our training program should be according to the tolerance ability. Proper load and adaptations. Only after the adaptations we should increase our load. Principle of reversibility and repetition. The training program should be reversibility and repetition. We should do the training repetition repeatedly. Warming up. Next is warming up. Warming up, it is a set of exercise which we perform before the competition. Okay, warming up, it is a set of exercise which are performed before the competitions. Warming up helps to reduce the injury. It's make the players physiologically and psychologically ready for the competition, for the tournament. By doing warming up, it increase our body temperatures, which have to increase the circulation of blood and make us ready for the competition. This warming up increase the body temperatures, which improve the neuromuscular coordination. the body will become more active and energetic. We can say that warming up, it is a pre-competition work. Warming up, it is divided into two parts: psychological warming up and physiological warming up. Psychological warming up means making the players mentally ready for the competition. Physiological warming up means making the players physically ready for the competition. In physiological warming up, it is two types: passive and active. Passive warming up means increasing the body temperatures by using some external source, and active warming up means warming up the body by participating in physical activity. Let's discuss deeply. First, psychological warming up. Psychological warming up means making the player psychologically ready for the competition. Psychological warming up, we can make them mentally ready by motivating them, by giving feedback, or by changing their behavior. These are the some methods to make them mentally ready for the competition. Okay, psychological warming up means making the player mentally ready for the competitions, like through motivations, feedback, or changing their behavior. Next is physiological warming up. Physiological warming up means making the body physiologically ready. Physiological warming up means increasing the body temperatures by actual participating in the physical activity. Passive warming up, it is two types. Physiological warming up, it is two types: passive and active. In passive warming up, first is physiological warming up. Physiological warming up means making the body physiologically ready for the competition. In physiological warming up, it is two types: passive and active. Passive warming up means making the body passive warming up means increasing the body temperatures through external source, like by doing the hot bath, sun bath, or by doing the massage, etc. These are the passive warming up. Warming up the body with some external source like hot bath, sun bath, by doing massage, etc. And active warming up. Active warming up means warming up the body through actual participation in the physical activity. By participating in physical activity, we warm up our body. Active warming up, it should be of the duration 10 to 30 minutes. And in active warming up, we should not be tired. We should not feel fatigue. We should not get tired while doing this exercise. Active warming up, it is two types: general warming up and specific warming up. General warming up means which is general, which is same, common for all activity. It is general in nature and commonly performed for every activity in a similar way, like jogging, stretching, running, etc. These are the general warming up, which are same for all game and sports. In general warming up, it usually, like, first we do stretching, light jogging, running, and some set of exercise like forward bending, sideward bending, side jumping, wrist and ankle rotation, jumping jack, etc. These are the some general warming up which are same for all the game and sports. Specific warming up and general warming up tone up the big muscle. It make the big muscle ready for the competition. Specific warming up. Specific warming up means those warming up which are specific in nature, and specific warming up is different from activity to activity. Specific warming up tone of the small muscle which are commonly used in that particular activity. For example, in basketballs, we will warm up our finger, muscle of our finger, etc. Okay, specific warming up are specific in natures, and it tone up our small muscle. Specific warming up like in basketball, shuttle running, basketing, dribbling, etc. Football, ball dribbling, ball jugging, kicking, heading, etc. These are the some specific warming up. Next is importance. What are the importance of warming up? The first importance of warming up is reduce injury. If we do warming up, it increase the body temperature, which helps to reduce the chance of injury, because if we do warming up, our muscle will become more flexible, regulate the system. Warming up helps to increase the body temperatures, which increase the cardiorespiratory system. Therefore, there will be the more supply of blood to the working muscle. Increase energy level. If we do warming up exercise, the energy level will be more. We will feel more energetic. Better response. If we do warming up, there will be the better neuromuscular coordination. Therefore, there will be the fast and efficient response. Improve concentration. If we do warming up, it will make us psychologically ready for the competition. It makes us mentally ready. Therefore, our concentration will be improved. Increase perfection. If we do warming up, our skill, technique, tactics will be perfect. Improve endurance. If we do warming up, our endurance will be improved, because endurance is improved as second wind come fast. Next is limbering down. Limbering down means cooling down. Limbering down, it is a set of exercise which are performed after the competition. And limbering down, it should be performed slowly. The exercise should be simple, like slow jogging, slow stretching, normal breathing, etc. It should be simple. Limbering down helps to bring our body temperature to its normal level. By doing the warming up, our body temperature increase, and by performing the limbering down, our body temperatures come back to its normal level. And our limbering down exercise should be simple, and we should simple and slow. Importance of limbering down. What are the importance? The first important is reduce fatigue. If we do warming up, it's hard to reduce the fatigue labor, because limbering downs helps to remove the lactic acid which form in the muscles. By removing the lactic acid, our fatigue will be reduced. Body is relaxed. By limbering down, our body will be relaxed, and our body will again become ready for the next work. Body back to its normal level. By cooling down, our body come back to its normal level. reduce pain in the body. By doing the warming up, it's helped to reduce the pain in the body. Prevent infection. When do we do warming up? It causes sweating, which cause the chance of infection. So by doing the cooling down, limbering down, it reduces the bacterial, viral and fungal infection. Skill is the specific movement which are used in the game and sports. This skill, it is perform it is the ability to perform certain physical tasks. Skill are action or movement which are commonly used in game and sport. For example, in basketball, dribbling is the skill of basketball. Servicing is the skill of volleyball, etc. These are the specific movements which are used in game and sports. Or technique is the efficient use of skill to bring perfection in skill. That is scientific way of using the skill. These are the skill. Technique, it is the basic movement. For example, in dribbling is the skill of basketball, and dribbling with the running is the technique. It is a scientific way of performing the skill. For example, in the running, sprint running, first we take the position down and slightly up and go. In jump or in basketball, in volleyball matching, when the volleyball players match, then first he throw the ball up and then run and then smash. These are the technique, means basic movement, combinations of various movement or skill. And style means it is performing a technique in a particular way during the game and sports. Every individuals have their own style. It is the way of using the technique. Each sports person, due to his specific or physical psychic, they perform the technique in their own style. And tactics, it is a planned movement to counter the opponent. It is practiced during the training process. And strategy, it is a pre-planned movement which we do to counter or deceive the opponent. Strategy, we make the strategy after observing the strong and weak point of the opponent. Tactics, we make during the training program, during the training. And strategy, we make, it is a pre-planned. We make the strategy after observing the strong and weak point of the opponent. These are the some terminologies which are used in sports. Skill is specific movement of that game. Technique, it is the basic movement, scientific way of performing the skill. Style is it is the use of technique in certain way, using the technique in their own way. Tactics, it is a planned movement which are used in the training. And strategy, it is a pre-planned movement which we done to counter the opponent.